Actually, I'm Dr.Selvaganesan, HOD IT, madam, for your information.
Okay, sir.
Good morning to one and all. I welcome you all to the webinar on Study Abroad Awareness Program. We have organized this webinar in association with Manya, the Princeton Review, the organization name. Many students have dream of doing their higher studies in overseas, that is renowned foreign universities, but they may not know about the related procedures and they may not know about how to study abroad. This webinar will be an eye-opener for such students. This webinar will be informative to all students. Dear students, be interactive, be open-minded, and at least gather the information regarding this area. So our resource person for the webinar is Madam Lavanya Manoharan. She is a certified master trainer for Manya Princeton Review. She is having an exhaustive experience in training both teachers and students. Manya, the Princeton Review, has been a pivotal institute in enriching the lives of the students who have realized their study abroad dreams through various related surveys. On behalf of our principal sir, faculty and students, I welcome Madam Lavanya Manoharan for this webinar session. I request Madam Lavanya Manoharan to take over this session. So, Madam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thanks for the beautiful introduction. I have with me Deepika, who is the coordinator as well as the moderator of this session. A warm welcome to each one of you. I'm very happy to address, I'm always happy to address students from Trichy as always. Today also I'm very happy first thing in the morning to address you people. It's not actually to address, it is actually to give you some sort of information. This is an information webinar, or this is there might be a lot of questions that you might have in your mind regarding study abroad. So we actually would like to give it much earlier in your first year, second year, so that you have enough time to plan for your future abroad, what you want to do. However, this is still not too late. So I will run you through if you have, or even if you do not have interest to pursue your studies abroad, this is going to be an informative session simply because you might want to pursue your studies not now, maybe 3 years from now, maybe you would want to work for 2 years and then pursue. Maybe you would want to work for 5 years and then pursue. Whatever the case may be, this information encapsulates pretty much all of that. So first you need to let me know if you people are comfortable with English. Can I take this forward in English, or do you want me to intersperse the session with Tamil also? Although I'm not great at Tamil, but I can manage to speak.
Madam, bilingual better.
Sorry, bilingual. Okay. So, so for bilingual, wherever you have. So one thing I want for the session is that it's an important session for all of you for your future. So therefore, please do not feel shy to ask any questions, however silly it might seem to you. Okay. No question is silly. You're asking because you have a doubt. And I'm here to address all of that for you. So அது தமிழ்ல இருந்தாலும் பேசலாம், நீங்க இங்கிலீஷ்ல இருந்தாலும் பேசலாம், எப்படி என்னால எப்படி முடியும் அந்த மாதிரி I will address it and express and address all your queries. Please do not hesitate to ask. தமிழ்ல கூட பேசலாம், அதுல பிரச்சனையே கிடையாது. I will be there to address all that for you. So how we are going to take this forward? So are you all ready first of all? Yes, no, maybe? I need some response because this has to be an interactive session. Illana romba bore aidu. That too.
Students, please be interactive, two-way communication. You can use your
chat box. Yes, you can use the chat box. You can unmute and ask me questions. Not a problem. However, my humble request to you all is that when I'm taking the seminar, if you have any queries, note it down in your notepad immediately. And end of the session, when you have Q&A, that is question and answer session, I will address, you can be rest assured that every question that you have, I will address it for you. Okay, so what happens is, in between the interruption, I might miss out on a few points, which might be, a loss for so many others who might want to know it. So it is not meant to offend you. It is just that let the, webinar go on, but I am definitely going to be spending, 10, 15 minutes with you to address whatever small, huge, whatever types of queries you have, I'm there to address it. So please feel comfortable. How we're going to take this is, I'm going to share the screen with you. The screen will be in front of you, and as I present the screen, I'll be talking. So you might have a lot of questions, and we will, I will definitely address that for you. So here we go, and you need to let me know, because when I share the screen, I will not be able to see you all. So request for Deepika, if any question is being asked in the chat, please do let me know so that I can, address it accordingly. And if you have any queries as I am speaking, which is relevant to that particular moment, please stop me, unmute me, but try not to do that. However, I'm open to that as well. Okay. Let me know if you're able to see my screen. Are you able to see my screen? I just need some response to know if
yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay. Great. So let's begin now. So this webinar is about demystifying college admissions abroad. Many of you may be familiar with it. Many of you may not be familiar with it. But many of you would also know that COVID, how it has impacted the admissions abroad. But you will be surprised to know that despite COVID, admission apdiye poite irukku. You all have all the admissions happening, students are going. Ana pona 2 varsham 1.5 varsham enna achina, when students got admission in universities abroad, avangalukku initial orientation first semester online la than poittu irundhathu. Now ella students thiruppi poitanga, they have gone back to college for this session. So if it has impacted college admission, it really has not. But has it impacted our lives? Yes, it has. So has it changed the plans of students? Not much. Is the life going on? Yes, it is. So with all the challenges that we have in our life, life has to move on, right? Whether it comes to education, whether it comes to life. So let's take a look at what is the agenda today. A little bit about us, not a lot. I'll tell you a little bit about the admission process and what it is, what is GRE, how can we help you, do you even need our help, are you self-sufficient enough to do it on your own? We would be happy with that as well. So we are Manya Princeton Review. We are the largest global partner of Princeton Review. Princeton Review the head office New York irukku. Ana avangaloda partners, Indian partners, and India we are the only partners of them. ஒரு 2 years முன்னாடி இன்னொரு பார்ட்னர் கூட இருந்தாரு. இப்போ across India நாங்க மட்டும் தான் study abroad ஓட partners. So we have close to 60 centers across India, right? So for study abroad aspirants, starting the profiling from there until pre-departure services, we do all the services for such students. Now, I don't want to talk about me because sir has given a beautiful introduction already. But let us talk about you now. The session is for you. It is about you. So therefore, I would want you to respond because you people are in your 3rd year and final years. So obviously, in your mind, you will have some plans for yourself. You would probably want to sit for placements. You would want to write your GATE exam. You would want to start up your own business, you would want to study abroad, you would want to just chill for a year and see what you want to do. There would be so many things you want to do. So I want to know, what is your plan? A couple of students just tell me, what is your plan now that you are even 3rd years? Don't think it is too early to decide it. It is in fact too late. You should have decided. There has to be a clarity of what you want to do in your life. College life is fun. You should enjoy, no doubt about it. But along with enjoyment, you should have a clarity of how you want to take your future forward, right? Now here I'm going to assume that you might sit for placement, you might get a good job, or a startup, or you might start, all of that is okay. But if you want to study abroad, the other plans that you have should not stop. That should still be there. You should go for a job. You can plan this later. Or you can study abroad immediately after this. Or you could start a startup and then get experience and think of how I want to pursue to probably become an expert in that particular field in which you're working. So things can change. There is no rule that soon after your degree, you have to do your master's. There is no rule that people after 10 years of their work experience cannot do masters. So higher education is such a beautiful journey that you can take it at any time, and there is no age bar or experience bar. Okay. So now let's look at why there is so much of rush or so much of demand for people to study abroad versus, study in India. Not trying to put India down, because India is one of the strongest academic front we have, especially when it comes to the basics, when it comes to schooling. When you go abroad to do your masters, you will realize that what you studied in your school, it has given such a strong base. Now the difference between studying in India and abroad is that when you study abroad, you'll realize our whole outlook is so different from how we studied here. It is more open. It emphasizes on practical learning. Lot of things is done. Even when you go to do your masters, you will realize that you're going to have classes only maybe twice a week, maybe once a week. Most of it would be you have to do your own research. You have to submit. You will have your internship. You can take up teaching assistantship. There is a lot of practicality that's going. And also, you have, obviously, countries abroad have cutting edge technology and research. And they have academic excellence along almost all the fields. And another beauty about studying abroad is that even when you're doing engineering or postgraduate, you're not stuck up with, maybe if you've taken up civil engineering, it's not only civil engineering, or you have taken up mechanical engineering, it's not only that. In that, you can go and learn psychology, you can opt to learn psychology, you can opt to learn music, you can opt to learn whatever is of your interest is also interspersed with that. If you would know Steve Jobs, one of his options he took was calligraphy. And because of him, today we have this font that we use today. It would not have been possible without, he having taken that extra course and working towards it, right? So you can also pursue what interests you. Okay. So now when you look at the top destinations, Yangela students interest irukku. Ipo US la irukku, UK la irukku. Idu top in the order la kedaiyadu. Irundhalum top destination ippavum US தான். இவ்வளவு political turmoil இருந்தது, அங்க elections இருந்தது, COVID வந்தது, whatever, இவ்வளவு with all the challenges, இப்பவும் US seems to be the most sought after country. Followed by Canada. இப்போ Canada நிறைய rush இருக்கு, நிறைய students. That's because நிறைய students go abroad with an intention of staying there for a longer time. Then they look at Canada. UK has opened up. அப்போ UK பார்த்தா ஃபர்ஸ்ட் அவங்களுக்கு ஸ்டே பேக் ஆப்ஷன் ரொம்ப ஸ்ட்ரிக்டா இருந்தது. யூ ஆர் அலௌட் டு ஸ்டே ஒன்லி ஃபார் 6 months. 6 monthsல என்ன பண்ண முடியும்? ஜாப் கிடைக்கலன்னா திருப்பி தான் வரணும். ஆனா இப்ப அவங்க என்ன பண்ணிட்டாங்க, அவங்களும் 2 years ஆப்ஷன் கொடுத்துட்டாங்க. இப்போ இஃப் யூ பிரிட்டி ஏது கண்ட்ரி பார்த்தாலும் உங்களுக்கு ஸ்டே பேக் ஆப்ஷன் இஸ் வெரி வெரி ஹை. ஸோ as many people are interested to go to Canada, New Zealand, Netherlands, Europe நிறைய countries, Australia, UK. Australia கொஞ்சம் கம்மி, but other countries people are still looking for it. Now இப்ப நீங்க நினைப்பீங்க, ஓகே சும்மாவா எப்படி போக முடியும், எப்படி நான் என்ன எல்லா ஃபேக்டர்ஸ் நான் பார்க்கணும். அப்போ அது வெரி வெரி இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். இப்ப நீங்க எந்த கண்ட்ரில படிக்க போறீங்க, எந்த கண்ட்ரி எப்படி சூஸ் பண்ணணும்னா அதுல நிறைய விஷயங்கள் இருக்கு. அப்போ ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இஸ் நீங்க பார்க்கணும் அந்த கண்ட்ரில ஸ்டே பேக் ஆப்ஷன் எவ்வளவு வருஷம் இருக்கு. இப்போ உங்களுக்கு MS இப்போ 2 yearsல முடிச்சிருச்சு, இல்லைன்னா 1.5 yearsல நீங்க சீக்கிரம் பண்ணனா அங்கே கிரெடிட் சிஸ்டம் தான். 2 years 1.5 yearsல முடிக்கலாம். அது முடிச்சதுக்கு அப்புறம் உங்களுக்கு எவ்வளவு நாளும் உங்களுக்கு ஸ்டே பேக் ஆப்ஷன் இருக்கு. அப்போ உங்களுக்கு ஒர்க் பண்ணலாம், இல்லைன்னா ஜாப் பார்க்கலாம், இல்லைன்னா ஏதாவது பண்றதுக்கு டைம் இருக்கணும்ல. ஸோ தட் இஸ் வெரி இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். இப்ப நிறைய கண்ட்ரிஸ் நிறைய ஸ்டே பேக் ஆப்ஷன்ஸ் கொடுக்குறாங்க. அப்போ தட் இஸ் அதே பிரச்சனை கிடையாது. செகண்ட், யூ வில் லுக் அட் அஃபோர்டபிலிட்டி. உங்களுக்கு அஃபோர்ட் பண்ண முடியுமா? யூனோ ஸ்டடிங் அப்ராட் கொஞ்சம் எக்ஸ்பென்சிவ் தான். ஆனா எந்த டாப் காலேஜஸ் எல்லாம் ரொம்ப எக்ஸ்பென்சிவா இருக்கும். ஜஸ்ட் பிகாஸ் யூ ஆர் ஃப்ரம் அ டாப் காலேஜ் டஸ் நாட் நெசசரிலி மீன் தட் யூ ஆர் சக்சஸ்ஃபுல் இன் லைஃப். இப்ப நம்ம கண்ட்ரில கூட ஐஐடி இருக்கு. ஐஐடில எல்லாரும் படிக்கிறவங்க சக்சஸ்ஃபுல் கிடையாது. there's not a success story for every person who gets into IIT. Also doesn't mean that if you know a student is from JJ college, he does not have a success story. You look at our Microsoft CEO. He's not an IITian, right? So he is from an ordinary college, Manipal. And mechanical engineer guy, can you believe it? Today he moved on to do his masters in computer science. Satya Nadal, right? Nadella. So don't worry about will I be eligible. No, whether you are eligible or not will be dependent on you, because you are the one who is making the path for yourself. Nobody else decides for you. So if you are hardworking, if you are focused, if you have got a good CGPA, nobody can stop you from pursuing whatever you want to do in your life. Affordability, as I was talking of, depends. Now, most of the students that we have like serviced more than lakhs of students. Yeah, most of them come from middle class family. So we all look for loans. So that I'll talk in a bit when I talk about that in the coming slide. Then next thing that you need to look at is return on investment. நீங்க இவ்வளவு இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்றீங்க abroad போறதுக்கு, அதுல எனக்கு என்ன ரிட்டர்ன் கிடைக்கும்? Will I be able to get a good job? Will I be able to? So எந்த கோர்ஸ் நீங்க எடுக்கிறீங்க which has got good job opportunities, எந்த கண்ட்ரில job opportunities இருக்கு, most countries have it. That is something that you need to look at, because நீங்க spend பண்றது you have to have that return on your investment. அப்புறம் climate பார்த்தா நீங்க நினைப்பீங்க what is the climate? Yes, wherever I go I can manage. அப்படி கிடையாது. It looks like a very simple thing. It is not simple. We all are Indians. அது ஸ்பெஷலி தமிழ்நாடுல எப்படின்னா ஹாட்டஸ்ட் அதுதான் கிளைமேட். நம்ம வின்டர் பார்த்தது கிடையவே கிடையாது. இப்ப ரெய்னி சீசன் மான்சூன் கூட ஒரு நாளைக்கு 2 நாளைக்கு ரெயின் ஆகும். So we are not used to the kind of extreme climates that is there abroad, especially Canada. -21 கூட போகும். So அந்த மாதிரி கிளைமேட்ல உங்களுக்கு அட்ஜஸ்ட் பண்ண முடியுமா? If you are the kind who can adjust, you can manage, then it is okay. Otherwise, you should look for a country which has got tropical climate like India. US is such a vast, country that it's a continent by itself, North America. You have different time zones and different climates. So you don't opt for something which is closer to, Canada, which gets extremely cold. You can look at that. Another thing that you should also look at is family presence. யாராவது உங்களுக்கு தெரியறவங்க இருக்காங்களா அங்க? இருந்தா உங்களுக்கு ஒரு சோஷியல் செக்யூரிட்டி கிடைக்கும், ஒரு இமோஷனல் செக்யூரிட்டி கிடைக்கும். சரி, I'm not in a no man's land. யாராவது தெரியும். It's very important. Having said that, இல்லாதவங்க போறாங்களோ? Yes, போறாங்க. My own son went there. We don't have any family. Even though we have, it's like so far away that he did not depend on anybody. He went on his own, found his own accommodation, did his masters. Now he's got a good job. Ellame thaniya pannalam. That's what you can do. Only when you are pushed to do it, you will know your own capability. So don't worry about all that. So let's look at, ipo neenga abroad apply panna kuda, what do universities look at? Am I going too fast? Do you want me to slow down? Please let me know. Okay, because I'm given just 1 hour time. So within that 1 hour, நிறைய cover பண்றதுக்கு இருக்கதா. I'm going slightly faster. If I am very fast, you need to let me know. I will slow down. Am I?
No, ma'am.
All right. Okay.
No, ma'am.
All right. So when you're applying abroad, what do universities look at? அவங்க என்ன பாப்பாங்க? உங்களுக்கு ஒரு admission கொடுக்கணும்னா என்ன பாப்பாங்க? Number 1, உங்களோட standardized test என்னன்னா, இப்ப நீங்க மாஸ்டர்ஸ் பண்ணா GRE, உங்களுக்கு MBA பண்ணா GMAT, IELTS TOEFL அது ஒரு இங்கிலீஷ் டெஸ்ட். என்ன எங்க எதுக்கு போனாலும் கூட, ஈவன் ஜாப்க்கு போனா கூட உங்களுக்கு அந்த டெஸ்ட் தேவை வரும். IELTS is important, very very important. Without that you can't go abroad. அப்போ உங்களுக்கு என்ன பண்ணணும் அதை பார்த்து அந்த ஸ்கோர் பார்ப்பாங்க. Okay, first is your standardized test scores papanga. Second, academic transcript. That is, how have you performed during your college? I am sure you had fun in college, and you must. Why shouldn't you have fun? You know, college is fun time, but not at the cost of your CGPA. Very important that your CGPA is good. Okay, I'm not expecting it to be like extremely good, like a 9, but definitely not below 6 or 7 is something that minimum 6.8, 7 is what I would say if I were to give admission to anybody. 7 is minimum that you would require. Now, all those who are in the third year, you still have 2 semesters to go. So please really work hard to up your academic performance. Those who are in your final year, you might have just maybe 1 semester. No, third years will have 4 semesters. If you're in your 7th semester, you finish 4th, you would be in your 5th, right? 5, 6 you have, and final years will have 7 and 8. Remember, we are talking about CGPA. It's cumulative. Cumulative meaning what? Average. So for the average to go up, every piece becomes important, right? So you have to work hard. So that's one thing. After work experience, when they talk of work experience, doesn't mean that you can't apply without work experience. Without work experience also, people go. Most of them go. In fact, they believe that once they take a break in work, concentrate panna mudiyadhu and mari ella vishayam irukku. Illana work experience paathu 2 years ku appuram ponnana adu kuda pannalam. But they will look at that, but that won't affect your admissions. After extracurricular and co-curricular activities. Celebrate panga Indian education mark the papanga cut off irka mark irka evlo kachadu. What is your last everything boils down to the marks you got. But abroad it's not like that. Any profile anga paakumbodhu overall ungaloda profile eppadi irukku? Is it a well rounded, is it a balanced profile? Balance na eppadi? Average உங்களுக்கு CGPA இருக்கா? அது மட்டும் இல்ல, அகாடமிக் இல்லாம நீங்க என்ன பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கீங்க? இப்போ உங்களுக்கு எக்ஸ்ட்ரா கரிக்குலர் ஆக்டிவிட்டிஸ்னா எல்லாமே ஸ்போர்ட்ஸ் ஆகணும்னு கிடையாது. எக்ஸ்ட்ரா கரிக்குலர் could be music, it could be doing something for the society. You have initiated certain stuff that has helped. Even Go Green, for example, or you have a cancer institute, you have volunteered. நீங்க சொசைட்டிக்கு கொடுக்கறது, சொசைட்டி உங்களுக்கு இவ்வளவு கொடுத்திருக்காங்க இல்ல? ஈவன் டுடேஸ் எஜுகேஷன் வாட் யூ கெட்டிங் இஸ் given to you by the society. அப்போ அந்த சொசைட்டிக்கு நீங்க திருப்பி என்ன கொடுக்க போறீங்க, என்ன கொடுத்துட்டு இருக்கீங்க is something that colleges will look at. So all those who have not taken this seriously right now, it is time for you to sit back and look at. And especially you people, admission will also want to look at in the COVID time la neenga enna pannittu irundinga. எல்லாமே ஆன்லைன், வீட்டுல உட்காந்துட்டு நீங்க கிளாஸஸ் அட்டென்ட் பண்ணீங்க. கிளாஸஸ்க்கு அப்புறம் என்ன நெட்ஃபிளிக்ஸ் பாத்தீங்களா? அமேசான் பிரைம்ல பேக் டு பேக் மூவிஸ் பாத்தீங்களா? பிளே ஸ்டோர்ல கேம்ஸ் டவுன்லோட் பண்ணிட்டு you are spending your time. No, that's not what your admission cell will look at. They will look at even when you were stuck with challenges, where the whole world was stuck into the 4 walls of their houses. How did you utilize that time to make your profile better? What did you do to enhance your profile? Did you do some kind of online courses? Did you do some research? Did you help the society? நிறைய பேர் கோவிட் வாலண்டியர் எல்லாம் பண்ணிருக்காங்க, ரைட்?